There's been an increase in insolvencies in UK companies over the last few months. The latest statistics show that insolvencies are up about 12% year on year with the comparative quarter to the end of September this year. There's a number of factors that underlie this increase in insolvencies. I suppose the first one is Brexit. There's increased uncertainty amongst consumers and companies as to what the economic landscape will be like in 2019, and as a result they're postponing bigger purchases and investment decisions until that becomes clearer. This is translating into a lower level of aggregate demand in the economy, that in turn means that companies' turnovers are probably falling in certain sectors, and therefore to respond they ought to be looking to trim the cost bases to remain viable. In addition to possibly pressure on turnover and sales, there's also pressure on the costs of the business. Across the country, the increase in minimum wage and living wage puts pressure on the costs of a business. It's typically the payroll is the largest cost of a business. Similarly, in the payroll area, the increase in percentages going into pensions through the auto-enrolment process is putting companies under pressure. Again, the business rates, they've been increasing recently, creating further cost pressures. Similarly, businesses that import some of their goods, because of the adverse change in the exchange rate, means that they're paying typically more for imported goods, which again is an inflationary cost pressure within the business. So all of these different factors are causing businesses to have lower levels of profitability, and they need to react to that to see how they can adjust the structure of the business to remain viable. There are particular sectors that are probably more vulnerable than others. We're seeing a lot of pressure on the high street and in the casual dining sector because of those pressures just mentioned. Similarly, we're seeing pressure probably in the nursing home sector, where again they're subject to increasing cost pressures, but having a difficulty, if not an impossibility, in passing on some of those costs to the councils for the care that's being provided. So that's a sector that's under pressure. And I suspect that construction might be under pressure next year as well, with again the sort of levels of uncertainty in the economy will probably be put in various bigger infrastructure and other property related investments possibly on hold whilst things become a bit more clear. So those are various sectors that are probably more vulnerable at the moment.